What that? What they talking about? What they talking about?
Prophecy music on the beat.
People pop shit behind your back when they see you face to face. Always want to talk it out. Talk it out. Sitting there stuck and confused, trying to be cool, acting like they don't know what you're talking about. Talk about. All my niggas on point, all my niggas gon' ride. We don't walk it out. Nah. But I must be doing something right that they don't like, cause I'm the only one they talk about. Calm and cool when I'm collected. Let BBE my team and I'ma rep this. I'm rapping money.
Nah, I'll fuck with you.
I'm glad we're talking about Nas I Am.
We good? Episode 15, Bottle Talk Podcast. We here, episode 15. You know what I mean? It's your boy K, you feel me? Relay's here. Charles is here. Jihad is here. You know what I mean? What's good with y'all, fellas?
Good, man. Happy to be here.
Alright,
Finally had Fourth Amigo back. You know what I mean?
my boy be on the love,
You know?
feel me? Where he was born, but it's unfortunate, you feel me? We gotta start the podcast off with a sad situation, you know what I mean? Last week we lost a big staple in hip hop, you feel me? R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle, man. It's just sad the way everything happened and how it went down, you know what I mean? We can start with you, Jihad. I mean, like, your feelings on Nipsey. You know what I mean? How you feel about the whole situation and all that?
I'm glad we're doing this podcast a week or so after.
Thank you. Matter of fact, look, I don't mean to cut you off, because remember, you hit me and you was like, yo, we need to do an emergency joint, you feel me, because of the situation that happened with Nipsey. But I wanted to play it out, you feel me, because I wanted to know everything, you know what I mean, all the things around it that happened, you know what I mean, but you can go ahead.
Yeah, you know, emotions was high, and you know, like, you know, thanks to, you know, Jamal May.
Throw my whole government out there. Follow me on Facebook while you're at it. But go ahead.
You know, I knew of Nipsey, and I was a fan of Nipsey the Man for about 10 years. Never really cared for his music. And about a year and a half ago, I started listening to his music on some old humbug type, like, alright, I'm gonna give him a shot. And man, probably the best advice I've gotten in the last year, man. His music was incredible. It was uplifting. It got me through a lot of rough days in this shop where I just wanted to be like, yo, I'm done with all of it. Nah, it was motivation, you know, and damn, man.
It wasn't no humbug either. I forced Nipsey on him.
He did. But you know, my stubbornness when I got out of here, I said, alright, man, I'm gonna throw it in the aux. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just heartbreaking. And you know, it reminded me of, like, as a kid. You know, well, I'm a 90s kid, so you know, we grew up with our rappers. We took our rappers everywhere with us. You know what I mean? If we was on the bikes, our boy was on the handlebars with the boom box playing, and you know, it just reminded me of going back to my childhood, and it almost felt like Nipsey was a friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew me, but you know, so it hurt when that happened because it felt like I lost a family member, and it was hurt. It was, you know, sad, and I'm be honest with you, I'm still a little shell shocked over it, and yeah, it just felt like March 9th, 1997 all over again, man.
Yeah, that's deep.
It took me about a month before I could listen to Biggie again after that. Just but go ahead.
Boy Charles, how you feel?
I feel like it was definitely, I think death in and of itself is always an unfortunate situation. But I think for Nipsey Hussle in particular, I feel like he was definitely reaching a climax as far as like his exposure is concerned, his influence is concerned, the impact that he was having, the work that he was doing, not only in his community, but like the way that the work that he was doing in his community was reaching different places and inspiring people to do different things. I think that he really was like the voice for like your typical hood person, not just hood niggas, like hood person, to like think outside the box and really realize that you are more than just your environment, and you are more than what people try to condense you to be. It really was like really pushing people's mindsets to be expanded and their perspective to be changed as well. And I think that it's unfortunate because the people that were listening to him, kids were listening to him, and so he could reach a person that was careless about their education and their schooling and their pursuing their dreams, where a teacher probably can't reach that person. A mentor probably ain't gonna reach that person. A counselor probably ain't gonna reach that person. But he was reaching them and helping them push past a limited mindset based off of like your life experiences. And so I feel like it's really unfortunate because the generations that he'll be able to change, and his music will still be able to change it, but it's nothing like having that person. And so I think that's the unfortunate part. And it always seems like when we, as far as our community is concerned, gets that person who's like reaching that peak and being able to influence and make change and substantiate change and really like change a generation, we always lose them. As soon as they like reaching up, like climbing that ladder, we lose them. And it's always typically through murder. And it's unfortunate that things happen that way. But I think that as y'all know, ain't no secret, I was not listening to Nipsey. Like even when the album came out, I wasn't listening to him. But then I told y'all for that run that one time I gave his album a chance, and then I came back that next week and I was like, yeah, this is definitely more than what it was. And I think I didn't give it a chance the first time because it had a traditional sound, but I wasn't really listening to the words it was saying. I was just like, at first I was like, he sounded like everybody else. But then when I'm like listening to the words, I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? He really legitimately was teaching. He was teaching lessons in his lyrics, and that's the part that really drew me to him. Cause y'all know I live for a good message.
Relay.
Definitely with Nipsey Hussle, he was a great artist. Also, I like his philanthropy work. I had a chance to visit his store in Cali. He had Pyro working there and he had a Crip working there, so he's definitely trying to get the community more involved and provide jobs and opportunities. That's what one of the workers was there told me. He definitely was reaching out to the community with different programs, like a program called STEM, which he'll be able to get inner city children the opportunities of like children in like more established communities. I forgot what university it was, so I commend him on that. He had like different ways to promote his music with the t-shirts. It's like an app where he goes to the store and he go on like a specific part of the shirt and it shows his videos. So his marketing, I commend him on his marketing, his community outreach, and it's just inspiring the whole community. So it's definitely a huge loss. Everybody's still mourning because of the positivity he was bringing with the hip hop community. Now, initially, I wasn't the biggest like Nipsey Hussle fan, just to be honest with you, but to take a listen to Crenshaw and Victory Lap and started listening to his music, and he's a pretty good artist, so he's definitely missed.
Shit, where do I start with Nipsey, man? I've been listening to Nipsey for at least the last 8 to 10 years, man. I seen the whole start, like when he was on the freshman cover with Wiz Khalifa, Big Sean, and it's just sad, man. Like one of the lines that Nick Grant had said in one of his raps on his '88 mixtape, I don't know what track it is. He said, "In order to live forever, you gotta die in your prime." And that shit hit me. Like when he said that shit, I'm like, damn, like, cause you think about like all the good people we lose, and like the rappers that we lost when they was, you feel me, at their prime or at their peak, and then they just keep going. You feel me? And like, but they like Biggie and Tupac legacy live forever. I believe that Nipsey legacy is going to live forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you see how much, like, a lot of people that didn't know him, you feel me, they seeing like how much love, you feel me, that he's getting. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's just real sad, like the way he got killed in front of this store, like on his block, on Slauson and Crenshaw, and he looked at Slauson and Crenshaw as just a staple.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like he took a lot of pride, you feel me, on that particular area. You know what I mean? But it's just like, man, like I've been here for the ride, and I be telling people, because they be like, niggas is on social media and shit, like, you ain't even know this nigga, da-da-da. It doesn't matter. If you've been listening to an artist for the last 10 years, at least every other day, if they die, you're gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah.
we grow up with these artists too, is what y'all don't understand. You feel me? Like, especially like the hip hop heads. Like, I know, like, you feel me? Like, I know you're a little older than me. I know, like, when Biggie died, I was like 9. You feel me? 10 years old. You feel me? I know that shit hit you harder than it hit me because you watched. That's what I'm saying. You watched Biggie. You feel me? His whole the way he came up and everything. So, and you see all he did in that little time. You feel me? You like, damn, like he ain't even get to. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So like, it's just like it's a sad situation, and like I don't know. And then like, if you look back, like I've been listening to like all his shit. You feel me? Like I've been listening, but like his music hit a lot different now. You feel me? Because he's been preaching that. He been preaching that independent shit, own your shit, own your masters, own your publishing. Go back to the hood, buy the block. He was talking that shit 10 years ago.
The first time I ever saw him was on one of them DVDs back in the day, man.
Cocaine City, you mean, with French Montana?
Nah, it was one with Gilly.
It probably was like Smack, Sub-Zero.
One of them joints, man. But I mean, this had to be 2000, 2009, 2010 maybe. And young kid, man, he was saying the exact same thing. And I remember being shocked, like, yo, you don't hear young boys talking like that. You know what I'm saying?
He had the vision, man. And even like his man and shit that had the little interview, like, after the show, he was like, yo, this was 16 years in the making. He run down the whole story. Like, we remember going to the store, like, we gonna buy this shit. We gonna buy the whole block. You know
what? So, real quick, I had an old head in here. Every now and then we get the freshmen coming. So every year we get the new freshmen that come in, or incoming freshmen. You get what is that? The tour guys, the guys coming in here and showing like this is where you go get it. This jihad, come in the shop to get your haircut, yada yada. They had his grandpa with him, and we get to talking about Nipsey because that's like it just happened, and he said, man, my grandson. He said watching my grandson get emotional and cry about this rap artist reminded me of being 9 years old and watching my dad cry after Sam Cooke died. He said, I cried for my dad because I never saw my dad cry for anything before.
Wow. Yeah.
He said, and watching my grandson cry over this artist, one made me look at this artist and find out what he was about, and then two, I shed tears for him because at that moment he was my dad, crying over Sam Cooke, and I was like, damn, like
that's like Maul said on the Joe Biden's podcast. He was like, now these younger kids can see how we felt when Biggie died and Tupac died. Like you see how you put him on a pedestal because mind you, Victory Lap was Nipsey's first official album. All his other shit was mixtapes. Yeah, you feel me? So. Like it's just a sad ass situation.
You don't have to know somebody personally to be impacted or influenced by them. Not at all.
We don't know these rappers personally, like, but we grow up with them. We seen when they started and how they are now. Like that's just like Meek. You feel me? Like we watched Meek grow up on YouTube. You feel me? And get his start. You feel me? It's just like like niggas seen Jay back in the day. You feel me? To what he is now. Like I know like. I mean, God forbid, but if something happened, like it's going to be like it's going to be a sad day. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just a sad situation, man. I mean, my nigga Nip, man, that shit still seem unreal. Like, it still doesn't feel real. And when I go back and I'm on YouTube or whatever, and I watch an interview. You see how many dudes he was dropping?
But see, I was saying that before he passed, and before he passed, my thoughts were, yo, this dude is like, I'm not sure what I'm watching, but I'm pretty sure what I'm watching is something special.
Yeah.
Like,
he knew what he was doing. He had the whole vision.
Yeah,
and he did that shit.
What was the thing that said he dropped out of high school, read his friends' textbooks more than what they did, he was teaching them.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just like what you
mindset.
said, like when you was like he could reach certain people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like the people in their environment. Like you know how you be in the house, your mom or your dad be like, you need to grow up be a doctor, you need to be a lawyer, blah, blah. But when we go outside, we don't see doctors and lawyers. We see niggas on the block hustling. We see niggas getting fly. We see all the women flowing to them. We don't see doctors and lawyers getting fly and popping bottles in the club. So you could tell your child what you want them to do, but they're gonna be influenced by what they see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We see the nigga down the block. We don't see doctors and lawyers and all that shit. You know what I mean? But damn, like R.I.P. to Nip. I wanted to ask y'all. I mean, 3 of y'all favorite songs from you know what I mean, of Nipsey Hussle that you like.
It don't matter which one.
3 of your favorite songs.
Ocean Views is probably my favorite. Here's the thing, I don't even think it's his best song. It's the feeling I get when I listen to it. Like I posted something months back on Facebook, like, yo, I wish I could bottle up the feeling that I get when I listen to that song, just give it to everybody. Like that vibe is crazy.
2016.
Ocean Views, what's Blue Laces, and then I'm gonna put another one from Victory Lap on there, but there's another one from Crenshaw that was crazy. The Joan Marsh Ambrosius.
Real big.
There you go. Real big.
Yeah, sure. That's one of my favorite songs on Victory Lap. Charles.
Alright, so I'm only going off of Victory Lap album because that's the only one I really listen to as far as his music is concerned. But I would have to say definitely his song, I think it was like one of the first songs on the album, Rap Niggas. And I'm saying that because I feel like he was talking about changing the perspective, like I just said earlier. He was changing the perspective of what that looks like. Like I am a rap nigga and this is what I'm doing, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's different than what other rappers are doing. So I think that he was really like pushing, like changing the narrative and perspective on what a rapper even looks like. And I think that if enough younger guys really listen to the message in that song, it'll change their perspective of who they should be looking up to concerning rappers. You know what I mean? I think that was definitely probably my favorite, considering kind of like how he was putting the message out there as far as rappers is concerned. Other than that, I think I would, not to change, who we're focusing on, but I would have liked to hear Jay-Z on his Hustle and Motivation remix because it was like a sample, right? So I would have liked to hear Jay-Z on that.
I gotta show that.
Yeah, anything's
The Hustle Motivate that became.
Yeah, that's the Andy sample.
Yeah, the anything.
Yeah, Andy. No.
It was not like.
Yeah, it's the Andy sample.
Yeah, just slow down.
Okay.
And he said that Jay-Z made it where any artist that want to use it can use it. What about you, Ryan?
Ocean Views, last time that I checked, and the tie between, it's like, it came out probably 2013 or 14, Slauson Boy and Rap Niggas. So those are
my 3, of course, Ocean Views. Small Circle was a chosen few. That's one of my favorite songs off Slauson Boy too. Status Symbol off of Mailbox Money. And the outro, you know what I mean? It's called Crenshaw and Slauson. And then they got in parentheses, True Stories. I really don't know the name of the song because the way it's said Slauson and Crenshaw, and the parentheses True Story, but it's the outro to Crenshaw. I mean, crazy, fire. Like I can name mad songs that I like, but like those 3 is like those the ones, man.
Because of you, I had to go back. I binged. You binge watch shows. I binge listen to all his stuff after.
Wasn't he talking that shit though?
He was, man. Yo, listen, and I was mad because I missed. I listened to Crenshaw mad times. I missed Drop Coop. And Drop Coop that was one of the highest songs on there. I'm like, like, yo, how did I miss this song? Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, man.
But yeah, man. Condolences to Nipsey's family and friends, man. R.I.P. to my boy neighborhood Nip, man. We still going, you know what I mean, rap, still gonna blast your music, stream it, whatever, you know what I mean. Like he was always in my playlist, always in rotation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But moving along, the boy Kodak Black. You know what I mean? How you feel about
right to this?
I hate the transition to this, but we talking about Nipsey. So like,
Yeah.
it's fucked up. It's a fucked up situation, but
Terrible.
You know what? So we was talking about it earlier in shop. He's 20. And as mad as I want to be about what he said and the irresponsibility of what he said, 20-year-old Jahad was just as reckless with my mouth and my thoughts.
They just want
You
to
know what I'm
live
saying?
cameras around.
It just and here we go again.
Yeah.
Thank God. I thank God every day that technology is not what it was when I was 20, 21 years old. I mean what it is now when I was then. Cause yeah. I'm a completely different person, thank God. But back then, man, I was crazy. My mouth was crazy, my thoughts was crazy. I had no filter. And I couldn't even imagine me being 20 and having cameras and accessibility to all this stuff. I would have, But as a 34-year-old watching that, he's wild. And then when the OGs checked him on it, like, yo, you tripping, he reacted the way
He said, I don't care.
a defensive 20-year-old would act. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is him being 20 and him thinking like that, and every now and then, as stupid as we might, think he is, he'll drop a jewel or two.
Yeah.
So it's not like he don't know better.
He's
You
not
know what I
dumb.
mean? I became a fan of him because he thought the way he raps the way 20-year-old Jahad would rap. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, yo, dog, you gotta chill, man, or you're gonna lose everything.
Yeah.
Like
they both part of the shows and everything.
Kodak just started to kind of turn the switch.
Yeah.
Somebody, it needs to be an OG in his ear telling him, or advising.
even his
Honestly,
was
he's
on
been
live was
advised.
like, yo, chill. Like,
They were,
Yeah.
Just like to go over what you said, like I think that, like I feel like this is like the prime example of like, I think this is the prime example of why it's important to have artist development. Because when you have artist development, not only do they teach you about like interviewing skills, they teach you about your marketing.
yeah, the way you gotta
And like
move.
even when you're doing personal lives, like you would know how to talk on a personal live, even if he wanted to say something even of that extent, somebody would have taught him how to word it differently. You get what I'm saying? Like
That's true.
I feel like even if he was trying to make a point, or even if he wasn't trying to be offensive, what he was trying to say was definitely miscommunicated, and it left room for everybody else to receive it how it was meant to receive.
Yeah.
And so, like if he had the right artist development, like you just said, if he had the OGs around him, like to check him and tell him, to talk to him about how he's supposed to speak, or even if he had like a professional, whatever the case may be, A&R, whatever y'all want to call it, he just needs some, like, cause like you said, like the turn that he's trying to make, that statement and it being on social media the way that it was, and it circulated the way that it was, just took him 10 steps backwards. And so it's like, not talking about like cancellations, but artists are getting dropped from endorsements every day for stupid stuff like that, because nobody wants to be associated with stuff like that, especially when you talk about multi-million-dollar companies and businesses and organizations investing in you, putting your name out there, collaborating with you, whatever the case may be. They don't want to be tagged to the person who just offended somebody who just lost their life by murder that everybody loves. Because right now it's Kodak Black versus Nipsey Hussle, and we're on Nipsey Hussle's side. So it's like, we gotta look at it from that perspective. I just think that what he was trying to say, like I said, even when he tried to clean it up and make it sound like he should have thought about that first. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't even think about that.
He didn't by far. And even his apology, I feel like his apology was not sincere.
It
It
was
was
haphazard.
haphazard. It was haphazard because it was like, I apologize for nipping on, but for all you
He didn't
other
even call him. He said, dude.
yeah, like, right.
Twice or something.
And I'm like, and then he said, but, and then started addressing everybody else that has something to say about it. You just took away from your apology.
Yeah, like I say, man, like you said, he's young. just gotta realize that, you know what I mean, niggas ain't grow up on the same principle and morals we did. You know what I mean? No, these young niggas is very, very disrespectful.
Yeah.
There's no morals, there's no codes, there's no structure. You know what I mean? So
I do like how, however, I do like how T.I. always comes through with a check. Okay. I appreciate how T.I.
Yeah, he gotta chill with the big words with the checks.
Expeditiously or something like that.
He told that cat fast, expeditiously. You think Kodak Black knows what the hell expeditiously is?
I be like,
hell no. Like, nigga,
Like,
expeditiously. You even read that.
Siri, define expeditiously.
word. I feel like Soldier Boy.
Man, look, people was looking at that word like it was an ingredient on some medicine.
T.I. always come through with checks. He always come through. You can kill on T.I. You can kill on him.
A little bit more structure and a little more just morals and principles and certain shit. I mean, it's like it was just bad timing.
Absolutely.
Like he not even buried yet, and then you just talking about.
And then the severity of the situation, like even how Lauren Linda was affected. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like
Bringing somebody's wife
women are taking it as like, oh, you were trying to get her vulnerable state. You get what I'm saying? It's like so many things just went wrong with your state.
It was very, very bad timing.
So much just went wrong with your state.
20-year-olds is just reckless, man. 20-year-olds is reckless.
Unfortunately.
It was very, very bad timing.
That's why they got that statement, that old head statement, youth is wasted on the young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But moving along,
Word up.
I ain't gonna spend no more time on that foolishness, but Tech 9, you feel me?
I ain't got nothing to say.
It's just a crazy week, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, I apologize for bringing all these topics back to back to back, but
It just keeps going down.
it is what it is. Like, it just keep going down the line. Tech 9 allegations and you read the articles and everything that I sent and all that?
I did. I tried to get my legalese on. You know what I'm saying? And read it the way a lawyer would read it. You know what I'm saying? Use all the legal terms. I was looking up stuff. I'm writing notes down.
Allegedly.
Hey yo, man.
Allegedly keyword. Alright.
I don't know. I don't know what to think about it, other than like it's sorrow, outrage, mixed with
Fuck this nigga.
and wait till the facts come out, because
Yeah.
I don't want his legacy to be ruined.
That's
That's
how I feel.
And to me, like, because I love hard. You know what I'm saying? I don't apologize for it. It's actually one of my weaknesses, but I love hard, man. And when you grow up with somebody like that, and you see him over the course of 8-9 years progress the way he did, and then to see the drop like that, and you didn't know anything, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard for me to give up on him and say, yo, F this nigga. When I was just saying, yo, hashtag, love you Tech. You know what I'm saying? Like, just 24 hours before I was F this nigga. You know what I mean? I can't do that.
It's like we love battle rap and we love tech, but then it's like if this shit is true, then it's like, what the fuck? Like,
Yes.
It just.
And URL took all his battles down.
All his battles down. You know what, man?
Except like one of them.
I get it. I get why. I don't know if I agree with that.
They shouldn't have done that.
I'm gonna say I don't agree with it because
They don't even know the logistics.
I
guess that's the word you'll use.
I don't agree with it because I'm like, even if they kept his battles up, right? What does that even say? You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes businesses kind of like misconstrue it as like, if I keep this up, that's the end that I support whatever it is that he might have done. And the reason why I say he might have done it is because at the end of the day, I also hate when situations like this happen to where the person doesn't have a voice to be able to either clarify or defend. Like, he's gone. So it's like people, and then some of the people like from the videos and whatnot that y'all were sending in the chat, like when I was watching it, these individuals knew this information before when he was alive. So like, why didn't you release it while he was alive? He could have said something about it. He could have talked about it, whatever the case may be. So it's like, he didn't have that opportunity to.
Well, Jay Black said he didn't know.
Well, I'm talking about the one guy
So listen,
Who had all that information?
I hate this dude. This Battle of Truth.
He's had that information.
I hate this dude.
Even the way he presented it.
This is how he got it. He did. This is how he got it. This is how he got it. People were putting in petitions to Congress to get Wayne Ave changed to Tech's name, Hakeem Nichols. It was trying to get the street named after him. You got to put in a letter to Congress to do that. Well, Congress looked him up, and that's when the information became public. Now, his case was over 30 days old. If you know anything about, the legal, legal system, you know that after 30 days, it's all public record. But even though his case was open to the public, we didn't know. So all he did was, and that's a whole nother story, what I think why he did it. All he did was look it up, and there you go, because Congress released the paperwork.
Yeah.
So that's how he got it.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what I mean? Now here's the thing. It was over 30 days old, so anybody could have looked it up.
Right.
Just nobody thought
To do that.
to do it.
Yeah.
But somebody with ill intentions,
Yeah.
somebody who's hateful, somebody who's spiteful, somebody who feels a way about the position that you were in before you passed, would do that 2 days before your funeral and put that information out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got other words for that dude, but I'm not going to use this platform for him. But he's the one that put it out.
Yeah.
And listen, we do this podcast every other week. I know you because I've been cutting your hair for 3 years.
Yeah.
I know you because we've been associated for the better part of our lives.
Yeah.
I know you because of this podcast. But once we leave here,
Yeah.
we don't know what we do.
I don't know.
I don't know the life that you
That's
live.
why I was mad at niggas coming at Jay Black talking about, oh, you knew. Nigga, nah, I don't know what niggas do in their spare time.
Listen,
Nobody's around.
I spend more time in this barbershop with my barbers, honestly, than I do with my own family in a day. I'm here 12 to 13 hours a day with these dudes. I don't know what they do when they leave out of here.
Right.
Niggas could be raping chicks, they could be doing drugs, they could be doing whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I'm going home with my
You
family.
only know what niggas show you. If a nigga don't tell you something, you
Exactly.
wouldn't know.
Yeah,
You
so
could be.
like,
It's like you could be with a nigga every day and don't know.
they don't know
his
nothing. Don't know nothing. So
Man,
people
like
coming
they
at
said,
Jay Black, and it was that dude coming at Jay Black like, oh, he knew something he had to know.
Nah.
No.
He said I shot a show with Tech-9 every week and that was it. That's when I used to see him. And he said Tech-9 showed me love. You feel me? When I was down and shit, he came through.
Yeah.
Blah, say, blah. I didn't know none of the other shit that was going on.
They had a co-worker.
And honestly, if honestly, like, I'm thinking like, if a nigga fighting a case like that, who the fuck is he gonna tell?
Right. Yeah.
Apparently his family didn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, ain't no nigga gonna talk about, well, I'm going to court for some child molestation, child. What niggas gonna admit that?
Right. Yeah.
Especially if they have a daughter.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And they've been in your presence around your child. Because Jay Black said that he's, met his daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna admit to that.
Niggas not even thinking of, like, niggas ain't even thinking about a nigga doing no shit like that. And then, like, when Tech-9 left for champion for a while,
Yeah.
I guess that when he was going to court. You feel me? Like, a nigga could be like, yo, I'm leaving for family reasons.
Right.
Anything.
Right.
It could be anything.
And Jay Black said that he that's what he told him. He respected it and he kept the show going.
That's
You know
what I'm saying. It's like, yo,
Like,
if you going for a while, you be like, yo, the reason I left because of family. I'm like, oh, all right, you feel me, man? Your handle. Now we
Nobody
back.
gonna say
I'm
why.
not about to be like,
What's going with
well,
your
nigga, what's going on with your family?
Right. Right.
You told me what it was, and that's what it was. You feel
Yeah.
me? But the twist about it, do you think he took his own life?
yeah.
Did the report come out already? The autopsy report and everything? Or no?
I mean,
I'm not sure. I didn't see.
all signs point to it. I mean,
They said he died in his sleep.
He had no terminal illnesses, like to where they would have known like something was going on. So
Yeah.
it's a possibility.
I mean, they're slow with the toxicology report, you know what I mean? But
And if he knew that this information was about to kind of surface, possibility, because he probably don't thinking of like your legacy going down, like what people do, and then like he just watched all of these people's, because he was alive, so he just watched all of these people's character be assassinated for similar allegations.
Bill Cosby.
That's a lot to deal with. You get what I'm saying? You just saw what America does to a person when this type of information comes out. They killed Black America's dad. Like, they assassinated his character. And that's Black America's, I mean, that's Bill Cosby. So what would they do to me? You get what I'm saying? So I think that, like, putting yourself in his mind frame and thinking of, like, how somebody in that position could think, you know, just considering, like, if they did that to Bill Cosby, they ain't gonna have no remorse with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a lesser stature, considering, like, what he had done and what I did. And so, you know, and then I think like rap culture in and of itself is very disrespectful. Like, so just not
vicious.
And he might not have had that heart to be able to really deal with that. So I think that he probably, you know,
But,
unfortunately.
But yeah, I'm gonna say, I mean, R.I.P. You feel me? To the brother Tech Nine, man.
right.
You feel me? May he rest in peace. You feel me?
Yeah.
We don't know. You feel me?
Details,
All the details and everything about anything. So may he, you feel me, rest in peace.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But moving along, they saying your boy Tekashi 6ix9ine could be home in September.
hey, man,
This show is
Y'all take
down
that.
down first.
y'all say
Nothing
that.
but bad news. This is every single notch is going down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, he's a rat. And I want to give a shout out to Al Sharpton.
He's an informant or something like that?
Yeah, man.
What?
He's on fucking. I seen the clip. He talk about I ain't no rat. What I was doing was cooperating with investigations. My nigga,
That's a rap.
cooperating with investigations. You're a rat.
First of all,
you
okay,
can
so-
pick a rat in a suit, a dress, or a motherfucking t-shirt. Nigga, it's still a rat.
If his time that he was being proposed, as far as like the possibility of what he was going to receive, because I think his court date was like another.
They said he was getting charged with shit too. That's why he decided to
Exactly,
cooperate.
and it was like up to like, I think his charges add up to about 47, 49 years.
Yeah.
And the ironic part about it was like the math added up to him being like 69 years old when he was supposed to get out. Not that that's funny, I'm sorry. But if you get 47, 49 years, right?
You a rat,
and he like his plea was that, you know, they would decrease his time
Yeah.
if he cooperated. So even for him to say cooperation,
Yeah.
like you're telling information.
Yeah, nigga, like
you know what I'm saying?
they said he even broke down like a mob boss and another. Yeah,
And
like
my whole thing is too, like, you know what I'm saying,
you
like
cooperated. You're a rat.
all of the stuff that he did, like prior to him going to jail, was already gonna catch up. And it's unfortunate that when you're in a situation like that, concerning like gangs and affiliations and stuff like that,
We had this
that's
conversation too in the podcast, like, yo, this is gonna catch up to you.
Yeah,
You said it's like episode
absolutely.
6, 5.
But
Like,
when you get yourself involved in stuff like that with like gangs and affiliations, that's what people gotta be careful. If they can't get you directly, brother man, you got family members, and they just go down the chain.
Yeah.
They go down the line, and it's unfortunate that he has like, you know, children and then their mothers. It's like, you know, people are now becoming guilty by association because of your illegitimate actions, and it's so sad, it's sick, and it's sad, and it's unfortunate that other people gotta be pulled down with his actions and just his immaturity and his kind of, he's really insecure because he wanted to be connected to something that he really was not with.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
They
100%.
say he snitched on Don King.
It's crazy.
Word? Yeah. This shit deep, man. Like, yo. He said I ain't no rat. I cooperated with investigation. Look,
talking about
this shit.
Al?
Yes, that's what he said.
Okay.
This shit bigger than Al
I
Sharpton.
ain't
Need no brown voice.
Al or 6ix9ine.
Need no brown voice. This shit bigger than Al Sharpton.
Yeah. I just found out about Al, but 6ix9ine, man, listen, man.
Moving along. Let's get to some hip hop. You know what I mean? Nas I Am. You feel me? 20 years old. You feel old yet?
you know what else? Like,
I've been felt.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
So you old. So,
Yeah.
but nah, fuck with you. Nas I Am turned 20 years old.
I was
Feel me?
7.
You know what else? I was gonna pick that topic, but yo, Players Club turned 21 years old.
That's the Lisa Ray, right?
Wow.
Wow.
Came out
98?
21 years
Wait,
ago.
why was I watching that? I was like 8 years old.
Yeah. Players Club turned 21 years.
You know what?
old.
I always feel like that movie came out around 2000. It don't feel like it came out in the 90s, man.
Yeah, it turned 21 years old, man. Shout out to Lisa Ray, I mean.
I was like 6 years old.
Damn shame what happened to cousin Ebony from Little Tallahassee.
Hey, man.
But,
Ebony just grew up to die of cancer on you know what you say? She died of cancer on what's the name, man? Best man. Best man Holiday.
Yo,
Cousin Ebony just kept having fucked up roles.
Yo.
She can't get it right.
Yeah, shit happened with cousin Ebony.
Yo.
No. Back to Nas. Let's get back to Nas. Let's get back to spot.
Shout out to you, cousin Ebony. We love you.
Monica Calhoun. Yeah.
Nas, I Am. How did you feel about that album?
So all right. I was 15 in '99. I loved it when it first came out. I didn't like You Owe Me, but when it came out, I loved it, and it didn't age well. And I listen to it now, and it's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah. Besides Hate Me Now and
what's your favorite song?
Life Is What You. At the time, Life Is What You Make It was my favorite song on there.
You ain't like Street Dreams?
Street Dreams was, no.
That was Street Dreams like 3. It was like was it Street Dreams 2?
I know New York State of Mind.
Oh my damn! Oh
damn.
damn! I fucking apologize. I'm way off. Yeah, New York State of Mind's part 2.
Nah,
right?
that was Pooh. It didn't age well. In '99, it was great.
I actually hate that album.
In 2019,
I hate the I Am album and Nationalities. I hate those albums.
2019, it's horrible.
I mean, my favorite song. You know what I mean, the storyteller, that narrator, my style's greater. You feel me? Hate Me Now was my favorite song on there.
Oh,
Nas is
like. So he got like 3 gems on there. Other than that, it's Pooh. Porky.
Damn, I thought we was gonna talk good about Nas.
Well,
I think the album was definitely not his best work either. I think if I had to pick a favorite song from off the album, it probably have to be favorite just because him and Scarface was just snapping.
What's your favorite Nas album? Illmatic?
Yeah. Illmatic. It was written.
Yeah, it was written. It was my
It's
favorite.
Stillmatic.
Those are everybody's favorites.
Very underrated album was Life Is Good. It was very underrated.
I like the Hip Hop Is Dead. I like that one. When we get
Hip Hop Is Dead grew on me later. I didn't like it when it first came out. It grew on me later. But my favorite Nas album is definitely Illmatic.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece right there.
Mine is It Was Written. You feel me? Favorite Nas album. First album I bought when I had money. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Your boy R. Kelly back out on these streets, back to work.
25 seconds for $100.
Everyone seeing it with them.
45 seconds.
Trying to figure out.
He performed in Illinois for 25 seconds and got like, I forgot the amount, but 25 seconds they paid him like, was it 100 or 100,000? Something, they paid him something for 25 seconds.
What did he do in 25 seconds?
He did like something, he performed and he's like left. 25 seconds.
That's all he did.
That was 25 seconds right there.
And he got paid 100,000.
100 something, I don't know if it's $100 or 100 like 10,000.
He's like getting $100. I mean, he's getting
something,
somewhere.
yeah.
Shout out to
25 seconds, yo, he left.
Wow.
Damn.
He's trying to build that bank account back up so he can get out of the Trump tower.
He said that though in the interview. He was like, I'm back out here. You feel me? Paparazzi. Yeah, I mean, don't be
This
on my
guy,
face.
you know what I'm just realizing
I
in the
gotta feed
moment.
my family.
I'm realizing in the moment, R. Kelly is like indispensable. You can't get rid of this man. Like he's legit. How many times has he actually had cases? How many? He gets out every single time.
R. Kelly has legitimately been fighting cases since he's been famous.
Yes.
And he's been famous
R. Kelly's
for
the
a
Wolverine
long
of hip hop. I mean, the Wolverine of R&B.
You can't get rid of him.
DMX for hip hop, bro. Shout out to DMX.
Like you cannot get rid of this man.
Is R. Kelly a Wolverine R&B?
No, because
You the
R.
Wolverine
Kelly,
R&B, R. Kelly?
R. Kelly has been in so many of the good and bad moments of our lives. He's got he's got a hell of a playlist, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get rid of him, man. You can't. I've gotten rid of him a long time ago, but I can't blame you or anybody for, doing happy people, at their at their wedding reception. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? I went to church and they were singing "You Saved Me" in there. You know what I mean?
And niggas sing "I Believe I Can Fly" at graduation.
Yeah.
And you definitely
Eighth grade. The step to his left. You doing that at every
You
doing that at every funeral reunion.
I wish, nigga.
I wish.
Come on, man. Look,
I don't know, man. It is what it is.
But Kels, man, nah. Kel shouldn't be getting no money out here. He shouldn't be getting no money out here. Ain't nobody should be paying Kels nothing. Unless Kels is on the Chicago subway corner singing and niggas want to throw him a couple of hours, go ahead, man.
How do you let him rock, but then let Bill go?
I don't know.
They let him rock out,
It's a great question, but
but then they still got Bill. This is crazy.
Listen, man. Listen. That's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother. We can do an entire podcast on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, dog,
Bill. Free Bill.
it's crazy,
Free
man.
Bill.
Free Bill. But moving along, last topic. The new artists, man. What new artists is y'all listening to? What new artists in y'all playlist? What's in y'all rotation?
So look, right? Mine's a little weird. I am not looking at one particular artist this year. So far, I'm looking at this entire female unit moving, and the rise of female rappers is crazy.
Yes.
Now listen, I don't listen to her music, but I'm very aware of who this girl is. That Meg Thee Stallion, man. I gotta see where this is going, where this wave is going to end up.
she's gonna overshadow like Cash.
I haven't seen anything like this in a while. Like this right here, besides Cardi,
Yeah.
I haven't seen like her support from the jump is crazy. Like Cardi took a while for her to get rolling and get support. This chick is like from the jump, back. Like she's had Solange at one of her concerts, making good. Like she's getting better. And then the City Girls. I hate that wave, but the wave is here. It's here, and it ain't going nowhere.
But you know what? I feel like it's bringing. I feel like it's like a. They say life comes in cycles. I feel like it's kind of like for example, like for rappers like City Girls and The Stallion and even Cardi, it's kind of like a revamping of Trina and Shauna and Foxy Brown, the way they used to rap back then. It's kind of like revamping them. They're just coming back up.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they're not like our lyrical female rappers like a Eve or like a Remy or like you know what I'm saying, like a Kim. But they're like they're talking like that era is coming back up. You know what I'm saying?
So like Jazz, it's a lot.
Yeah, like they
London.
They are
Belly.
and I think too, like this is like the perfect time for them to come because like you were saying, like as far as Cardi, like it took her some time to get support. I think it took her mad long to get support because she was trying to pierce at the time that Nicki was at the height, and now like I don't want to say Nicki on a decline, but right now she kind of on the hush. So it's like easier for them to they gotta come on right now. You know what I'm saying? They gotta come on right now.
It's run for a whole different breed of female.
And the other part to it, the other part
It's
to
mad
it.
of them though, bro.
But it's like everybody have like the one top now. That's not gonna happen. They're not gonna have a whole catalog of females just taking.
I think they are.
That's not gonna.
I think we're going to see it in the future, man.
I think they are. I'm gonna tell you why, because Cardi and I fighting against them like Nicki was fighting against her.
But at the same time, like Cardi, she doesn't have like the positioning to be like to like make like moves like doom like how Nicki, even though she's on the decline, she's still
position of what?
to like make all the moves
No,
like
but
that.
what I'm
Nicki's
saying
still
is-
like
no.
a little
But
like
what
like
I'm
Cardi.
kidding?
No, but I'm kidding.
What I'm saying is,
Nigga.
what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is it was harder for Cardi to get to where she was because of where Nicki was at and how she was fighting against Cardi even getting there. You know what I'm saying? Nicki really had pull. She had pull. Like she had pull on
Nicki had pull because she was the only female.
Nicki still is selling.
Wasn't no other females
Nicki
out.
still has the record of like streams right now. She's
I understand she has the record of streams, but the way these females was coming down, they wasn't coming in like they was when Nicki was running shit. They coming in abundance right now.
Yeah. And like I said, I feel like it's able to happen because Cardi is not fighting them. She's like endorsing them. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you talk about like and then Cardi do got pulled because she got 21 nominations for a joint 21
What?
It's a new. What's the name? Is it awards?
She got something. That's all. They're trying to move Nicki out of here, man. They're trying to get her out of here.
No, she's moving herself out because if she was stopped being so
21 nominations, she's nominating herself. She's going against herself in certain categories. They're trying to get Nicki the fuck out of there, man. They're trying to get her out of
there. Do you feel like Nicki has earned it because Queen album was?
Nicki been running shit for the last 10 months.
Yeah,
it wasn't. You gotta think about it. Then we have all these females coming up rapping like they rapping now in the last 10 years.
No.
All these up and coming females. Hell no. These bros came out of nowhere.
And it wasn't
that's what I'm saying. They got a platform and it's
because it's easier to do music now. That's what they're coming out of nowhere.
I understand that.
It wasn't like that.
That's what I'm saying though. But all we knew was Nicki. We didn't know nobody. We knew Nicki and Remy Martin. That was it.
I remember. I knew that female hip hop, was in a bad position with 3 years in a row. Besides Rashida, who was in full-on love and hip hop mode at this point, was pretty much the only person I knew going against Nicki Minaj.
And Rhapsody sometimes too.
Nah, that's recent. Rhapsody's recent.
It's
not
recent.
Came out.
But I didn't know. Listen,
Yeah,
I'm talking about 2 years ago. I had no idea.
Okay.
Rhapsody.
I'm about to say.
She can rap.
That's crazy. That's a whole different topic. I was talking about what new artists are you listening to and what's in your playlist.
So look,
we gotta save this talk for the next podcast about female.
I don't have one, but I'm looking forward to this female wave. There you go.
What new artists you listen to?
Nobody knew. Like new. I'm still stuck on Toby Nwigwe.
Okay.
Still on what?
Toby Nwigwe.
He seemed like your type too.
Oh, wow. He's great, man. He was just in Philly.
And I'm stuck because he's making like progression.
Yeah.
Like he's really like he's you can see him stepping up. His marketing, his production, everything is like, you know, stepping up. Message is still the same. Message is still dope, but like everything he got, you can see him growing. So I'm still stuck. I'm watching, I'm paying attention.
For me, I like her a lot. I'm not like the biggest current R&B fan, but I like her music a lot. Recently got into DaBaby, like when I was in North Carolina. DaBaby's cool. Of course, my guys, West Side Gun, Conway, Benny, Mac Homie.
So we can talk about other genres too? I thought it was all hip hop. If we're talking about R&B, definitely this guy, Samo, and Avery Wilson. They definitely like that. They're R&B.
I'm gonna say Packing the Mail is gone. She like I smell cologne.
Yeah.
Shout out to the baby been in heavy rotation for me. Young nigga. I like his swag. Nigga really rap. You feel me? Got flow. You feel me? And Mozzie, man. Fucking
from Cali?
Yes.
Okay.
Crazy thing is, Mozzie been out for the better part of the last 10 years. We just now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Mozzie been out. Like Mozzie was on Mailbox Money. That's the first. But honestly, like when did Mailbox Money come out? 2015, maybe.
2020.
I think 2015.
Yeah.
That's the first time I heard Mozzie was on Mailbox. No, it wasn't even Mailbox Money. It was Slauson Boy 2.
So look, I heard Mozzie. I was on YouTube. I was supposed to be looking up something else, and I seen, you know, how YouTube just keep videos going, and I heard a Cali accent come from this dude. He looked like he's from South Florida. I was like, yo, this is mad confusing, but the song is dope. Okay, let me listen to it. Then I ended up having a barber from here, shout out to Tom, had a barber come here from Sacramento, who's, you know, from that way, and he knew Mozzie, and all he listened to was Mozzie.
And I was like, oh shit, that's the dude that look like he from Florida, but he from California.
The dreads and all that.
Yeah, but he had like
Mozzie.
nasty Florida dreads.
Yeah, Mozzie's a shout out to you, Mozzie, man, Sacramento, man. Like Mozzie's a heavy rotation. I've been listening to Mozzie for like the last 2 years, but you know he's still trying to. He's not new, but you know everybody don't know about him, so that's why I'm saying he's a new. You feel me, Mozzie and the Baby. You feel me? So that's for me. But episode 15.
15, man.
It's a wrap, man. We Bottle Talk Podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Bottle Talk _podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube page, like the Facebook page, man. Episode 15, we going, man.
Yeah.